right, guys, welcome back to A Community for All of Us. Tonight, I am with my wonderful co-host Nikki and Harold, and will be here in a little bit.
Shortly.
Uh, yeah, we are running a little bit behind tonight. That is completely my fault. I actually fell and pulled my back, and then I was like, I'll go take a shower, and then I fell in the shower. So I was like, I'm done. I am absolutely done. I'm gonna sit here, just lay here. And so Nikki let me lay for about 2 hours, and then she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and set everything up. And she did a great job. She got everything going like a pro. And I want to say, hey, sweet baby, how you doing?
Hey.
Are you ready for the show?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Hey, Harold, how are you doing, my man? Long time no
Hey,
see
man.
since Friday.
I'm doing all right, brother. Just piddling around with my robots, and of course, today being Monday, it's laundry day. So
I understand that.
We used to do that.
Yeah, we now do it, and then we're like, you know what? Unless we're actually got to go somewhere, we don't have as much dirty clothes as we used to because we stay home a lot.
mm,
But yeah, laundry day. That was my. I dreaded laundry day because that meant that we had to get the cats away from everything because we got one
hmm
cat that likes to do something on the laundry. If he sees it laying out for some reason, it was but he doesn't do it any other time, you know.
just to
So yeah, the people we rescued him from, I guess. Hey, there is Will. How you doing, my man?
Hey, hello.
Sorry, I'm running late. I was letting Harold know that I fell, pulled my back, and
Oh,
so yeah. If you see my little icon, I'm still here. I'm just gonna probably position myself more prone. But how are
hmm
you doing?
I'm doing okay.
How was that concert?
It was really good. I bought too much stuff,
Did you?
so I only have one thing for show and tell, because the other stuff
Okay.
it's not interesting. Who cares?
Oh well, tell us about the concert. I'm actually interested. Nick was trying to tell me something, but her taking care of me has been a little.
It was just it's just this Japanese artist I really like. The tickets were a Christmas present for from my boyfriend for Christmas. So
Oh, nice, nice. So, well, I mean, I can't pronunciate names, but I do. I like a lot of the music from the anime stuff. So,
hmm
yeah. So that's
she's
me.
done a she's done a bit of that, but she's mostly on her own.
And then I also follow Mika Mika. So
Hmm
yeah, I'm one of those weird guys. So, oh, well, speaking of show and tell, before we get started with tonight's show, it's going to be talking about AI and the future for creators. Um, I have been watching some people I follow on Twitch and gamers that's on Twitch that are talking about, and we'll get into it, but talking about how AI and AI bots like avatars are really starting to take all the numbers and the revenue. And so we'll talk about that, but let's do a little show and tell.
Oh, huh?
So you go first, Will. I want to see the new thing
Oh,
you got.
I've got the final seeker I needed, so I finally got thrust. Thank God.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I just they announced
Um,
that new
so,
Thundercracker, and I did
yep,
not. I don't know, man. I can't do this again. I just
I am so
I bit
jealous.
I bit the bullet. I don't know if they're ever gonna reissue him, but I saw him at my local toy store, and I was just like, I just need thrust. I don't know. He's literally the definition of a gap filler. I just needed him for the shelf. But
Oh, that was my
yeah,
actual first seeker I had as a kid, and I still
thrust.
had my yeah, I still have my thrust. I just don't have that one. That is so cool.
I think this was a Target,
Target,
right? This
yeah,
Target. Yeah.
Target, yep, Target exclusive.
Uh, thanks Hasbro
Yeah,
for making everything a Target exclusive. Great.
right. That
Ugh,
looks so
miserable.
good.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
love
pretty
it.
cool. He's the only. He's got these big cool wings. It's pretty neat.
Oh, I know.
I
I
And
have
like
that's
yeah.
that
how.
actually.
I have the Generations one they did on the Classics 2006 mold. That one's
Yep.
pretty cool, but I do like this one more. I like the
Oh, I
head
like.
sculpt on him. He looks very mean,
Oh yeah,
but
like a
he's
cone
cool.
head should. Oh, he
Yeah,
looks so
he's
good.
cool.
So cool. That looks so
Is he a
good.
newer figure?
No,
Yeah,
it's
he was
from
was
2012, 2020, 2019,
Okay.
something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, he
2020 was
doesn't look
during the
like
COVID.
newer figures. That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
like the way he looks.
he's more detailed than the newer ones. Like he's got more surface detail on him
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
than the newer ones. But yeah, I did not want to do this again. I'm not collecting 6 of the same toy ever again
No,
because when did Starscream
and
come out? He was the first one I got. I think he came out in 2020 also, and it's taken me 5 years to collect 6 figures that are all identical. I don't want to do this again.
no, and it doesn't make sense, and that's something that I said doesn't make sense that they came out with a studio series, and they reused the one that was from Earthrise to be him in his robe and everything, the coronation, and now they're coming out with this whole new mold that they should have just if they were going to do that, they should have just waited and did it that way. But yeah, I'm that way. I'm not going to get redo and get everything. And when I finally am able to have him, he's like the last one I need. And my
Trust's
Adam,
the last one you need.
yeah, he's the very
Yeah,
last one I need.
he's the hardest one to get because they re-released Dirge and Ramjet, but
Yep,
they just
and
never
Ramjet.
bothered to re-release them. Have I even transformed him? I don't think I've transformed him at all. Wait, because it just put him on the shelf. I was just so mad when I bought him. I was like, I'm done. I
I'm
don't.
finished! Yay!
I'm done.
Oh.
I'm tired.
Yeah, so I'll show. I got something that was new. I'm gonna put my light on for just a second. Make my screen bigger. So I ended up ordering one of the figures from Big Bad Toy Store.
Mm.
One of their exclusive, and this is the Van Helsing. And this figure, oh my gosh, it is such a really good figure. It has such wonderful paint outs. It came with this cool box. I don't typically keep my boxes, but for this one here, I'm going to have to. Had a little story on the back, and then when you open it up, it actually gives you a page out of the comic book of the series. So each character will have a page that will be a part of the comic book for this. And I was like, and the cool thing is with the stand, if you don't want to use it as a stand, it makes it where it's a tombstone.
Oh, that's smart.
So yeah, so when you get all the characters like Harold was saying, you can have them fighting in the graveyard.
In a
since they got
graveyard.
yeah. They got werewolves they're coming out with. They got a Bigfoot figure they're coming out with, which I'll be pre-ordering next month. And they got a lot of different figures. But I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do the guy that's the main hero. I'm going to get him first, and then get like the Invisible Man, the Mummy, Frankenstein. One of my favorite characters is Frankenstein from the Monsters. And
Are they gonna
so
do Dracula?
yeah, Dracula and Van Helsing work together actually.
Yeah, that's why I was
So
asking because I knew they were
yeah.
teaming up.
Yeah, so Count Dracula will be coming out. They had a couple of characters that came out 2 years back. It was a werewolf. It was Dracula, but he was in his blood form, which was his blood mist form. And then they had the main villain, which was an Egyptian god, and known as the Nameless One. And so with that, they had they got this whole story. They waited and waited till all the stuff was done with the tariffs, and so now the figures are coming out.
Sounds also like the name of a Lovecraftian like a H.P. Lovecraft monster, the nameless one.
Yeah, and they have a character like him that that looks like Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
So
Oh crap, man!
yeah, and he's in a suit, but he has the head and the tentacles for the hands and stuff. But he
Oh
comes out of the
snap!
suit. Yeah, he's.
Pretty cool.
So I was like,
What
yeah,
real
that's
Cthulhu
definitely
action
something.
figures are there? Like I can't think of one.
Well, there's going to be one for
Mm.
this line.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, they actually got the rights to do the actual character, and they're going to have they're going to actually do a hooded like Cobra Commander, and he's going to have the hood, and he'll be but he's going to be red, so he's not completely copywriting from Hasbro, and that is another one of the characters. But yeah,
And
apparently
that's part of
action
the
for
hero, the monster line.
yeah, yep, that'll be from the Monster line, which I was like, wow. So they got a lot of stuff they're coming out with, and Fantastic Four. I mean the Bigfoot one. I definitely want to pick it up and get it. Oh, we lost Will. I'll pop him back
Oh,
in when he gets back in. But yeah, they got Bigfoot character coming out. He's just going to be a $70 figure, but that's because he's going to be huge, and apparently he's going to be on the side with Van Helsing.
Mm.
and that's
So
the Cobra Commander like one.
yeah, he'll be a part of that group too.
What are they calling him?
Oh,
Snake
that's
leader.
let me see. That's a
No,
good
I don't. I
question.
don't
Well,
know.
that's as good a name as any.
It is. Let me see. I'll pull up my Big Bad Toy Store. Here we go.
I transformed him, by the way. He's a plane. What a shocker.
Oh.
Whatever.
Oh, nice.
Whatever. Why'd I bother? Wow, he turns into the exact same thing as all the other ones. Yippee.
So let's see who they have here.
Is this what droid collecting is for you, Harold? Like astromech droid collecting?
Possibly.
Okay. I don't want
Possibly.
to do this.
And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it up here.
I'm glad my
Hooray.
toys don't transform.
Hooray, the same fucking thing again. Yippee. Thank you, Hasbro. Thank you, Kenner.
Let's go here. Here. And y'all just keep talking. I'm going to pull up their monster line because I'll show you the Cthulhu character too. So,
Did you get anything cool lately, Harold?
Oddly, no. I have, other than my new retro gaming stick from TikTok Shop. That's
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I got this.
20,000.
Little character, little thing.
He's a thing. He does things. Look at
Just
him.
a
He
little guy.
unzips. Look at this. And he's like,
Wow. Wow.
now you can go to sleep.
Oh, I forgot. I went to Charlotte Comic Con yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, I went there. It was a 1-day con, and I was tabling though, so I was working, and
Oh.
I didn't have any money. I was poor, so I didn't I didn't actually go looking around for anything. But I saw out of the corner of my eye, I did see Studio Series Megatron in person, and that's I didn't buy it because I'm poor, so that's very unfortunate. Ugh. But hey, that's how it goes, I guess.
yeah, a friend of mine actually just got that and did the review on him.
I've been
Yeah.
I've been so patient. But I pre-ordered it day one. I don't want to live one more day with that new age Megatron, the one that turns into the gun. He makes me miserable.
Oh.
I'm gonna sell him. I might sell him tomorrow. I don't know. I'm tired of looking at him.
All right, so here is their Operation Monster Force. That is the Sasquatch,
Oh.
Oh, I like him.
and then they have their zombies,
Mhm.
and then That is the Invisible Man.
I like
This
this
is-
brain dude. Wait, let me see him. Let me see the brain dude.
Yeah. So there's.
Whoa. Whoa, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Calgary?
So,
Cal-
yeah, I got him.
Caligari?
Yep.
Whoa.
I
He
got
rules.
this guy pre-ordered, and then show you some of the other ones. Here is Frankenstein that I pre-ordered,
Oh,
called the
Pretty
Donner
cool.
Party.
Oh my.
Oh man.
So
these are pretty cool.
yeah, so there is the Cthulhu character. Trying to see if I can get.
That he looks like that scientist guy just looks like the dad from Johnny Quest.
And he turns into a
Yeah.
werewolf. Yeah, he does.
Isn't that the
You're
dad?
right there,
That
yeah.
literally is just the dad from Johnny Quest, isn't it? Oh,
Yep.
what's
Yes.
Denton Quest?
Yep.
Is that a Norman Osborn head? What is that? Like,
Yep. Norman Osborn.
looks
head
like
right there.
it.
Yeah, it
Not evil.
does.
This is- I don't think.
Let's see here.
Who's the one with the fangs? What was that one?
So there he is with his hood.
Oh, that is like a Cobra Commander kind of head.
Yep.
You could probably paint that blue and then put it on the.
Who's that one with the yellow
guy.
horns and the red body? Did you see which one I'm talking about, Derek?
That one there.
What's his name?
The Red Demon.
Yep. The Red Demon.
Oh, okay.
Very
He's a
interesting
samurai?
name. Good job.
Like an Oni?
He's
Yeah,
a Oni.
he is.
Yeah,
Yep. And
pretty cool.
I like him actually.
we can
Might
order
want
him.
you to get him for me.
All right. So, and then this is the guy that I got pre-ordered right now.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he's cool. I like him.
Yeah,
He is cool looking.
Yeah, I pre-ordered him. He is the Sleepwalker. He's available right now, so I need to see if he's in my loot pile. But yeah,
Oh,
and
that
then
guy.
he has one where his face can come off, and it looks like, where is it? There it is.
oh, he's got a gas mask on.
Yeah,
That's cool.
because he can't breathe the air.
Oh.
And there's Dracula.
I like his military garb.
And they're the Red
I'm not a
Guard.
huge fan of the Dracula. I feel like he needs a cape.
Oh, the Dracula one.
Yeah.
And this is the main bad guy. This is the
Does he come with a cape and he's just not wearing it?
no, he don't come with a cape.
Forgotten King.
The Forgotten King. And
Aw.
so it's essentially monsters fighting monsters, and what he can do is see anyone that he
We could
dies.
probably put that
or-
cape that we bought on him.
Yeah, we sure could. And anyone that the guy kills, he turns them into zombies that he controls.
Hmm.
So,
It's got little
And
weapons pack and stuff. Comic book?
and this is their book.
Oh, it's a digital comic.
Yeah, because you get the actual pages on your toys.
Oh. Huh.
So yeah, each figure comes with a page from the book on the inside
I
cover.
wonder if they'll publish one because I'd rather have a hard copy.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I would too. I would too.
It's weird to order a book from Big Bad Toy Store and just get a PDF. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know about that.
So this is who I want to get.
Yeah. We're not up to digital comics. We'd rather have them in our hand anyway. So
Dude.
I like the
I don't- I
Bigfoot.
don't like- yeah, I won't see.
$80. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Ugh.
really pissed me off that time PlayStation Network discontinued their digital comics line for the PSP. It's like, what? You know, I was
Hey,
And
so,
you don't own them. And you don't own them.
yeah.
That's the thing. You don't own them.
Yeah.
Did they delete all your comics?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
If you don't have, if like let's say you have to reset your your PSP. Well,
Yeah.
when you did have to reset your PSP, there goes all your digital comics. There go
Oh,
free samples and otherwise, all gone,
that's terrible.
and you can't even get them back. So it's like,
That's why I don't like digital.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
You own nothing.
No.
You own you have a license to rent it
And rent it, exactly. You
until
know,
they take it away.
yeah. I mean, that's what people are dealing with right now from Dark Horse. Dark Horse discontinued their digital um, comics, and then people are now finding out that all the comic books they've been buying for the past 4 years, they didn't own them, and they don't have copies of them.
And see,
Great.
that's like in a way, I guess this is kind of tying into it, but the way I feel about robots, I'm more of an old school physical control kind of guy, more so than a smart app.
The app, I hate that. That's so useless. It's like there's
Well,
what was it?
my deal is all. My deal is that when you eventually that app's gonna either they're not gonna service it anymore, or it's gonna be out of date and obsolete, and then you just have the robot. But what if you want to reprogram using the app? You can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Like what was that one? The BB-8, the Sphero BB-8.
Yeah, Sphero.
Like, isn't that an app? Can you even?
Yep.
Of course you have it.
Of course.
Can you? Can you still use the app for that, or is it just like a lump now? Like, I'm sure you
I've
can
never
download
took
it.
mine out of the box.
Oh,
I've never took mine out of the box, so
it's the,
I wouldn't know. I mean, I guess right now, yeah, you could probably still use it, but I'm not sure.
mhm.
But I know eventually it all, becomes obsolete. With a remote control, if it tears up, you can repair it. An app tears up or goes obsolete, you can't get it back unless you're gonna do some serious hacking and then open up another can of worms there.
Yeah.
So
I know
Well, it's kind of like,
the RoboSen like transformers. Those use an app to transform, and it's like I don't know.
nah, that's what scared me about.
And they're
those.
like $800 to $1,000. Like, dude, I can't do that.
No, and that app goes away, or they discontinue it, or it
What are you gonna
doesn't
do?
go to. Yeah, what are you going to do? You got a brick.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I don't think and that kind of leads into the topic for tonight. With AI kind of taking over a lot of things. I was very surprised to see that Disney and Hasbro have come out and said that they will be using AI artwork for upcoming projects, and kind of to alleviate artists out of the equation. And I was like, that's a slippery slope, because a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know this, but the old like Back to the Future, Star Wars, all those are hand painted. Those aren't photography, that's hand painted. And the guy that did it was wanting to pass it on, but then the movies decided, well, we don't want to put that much money towards painting it any longer. We'll just do photography. And so you have this whole the thing that had been passed down from generation to generation, to artists being trained in that way of doing movie posters after into the 90s became obsolete and was no more. And that's what I find very alarming right now, is that some people that I follow on Twitch and people that I communicate with are saying, they're creators, and they're talking about, yeah, we're losing our numbers to these AI generated I guess mascots, or they're like an avatar type thing, and they'll interact with the audience, and they'll talk about the games that interacted that way, but they're not a real person any longer, and that they're now getting revenue. And the other thing too is that YouTube just had to make a thing saying, hey, these mock trailers that people are creating with AI, Disney was
Oh,
like, wait a
those.
second. Yeah, like going,
Those
wait
are
a
so
second.
funny.
They are. I follow the
They're
Bigfoot
so
one because they are funny. But I looked at it
they're
going,
so
where Disney's like, wait a
terrible.
second, you're using our stormtroopers. That's ours. You can't get monetization for those. And then, but they're falling in the thing about copyright stuff where they're like, well, it's not original content. It's considered original content. And
There also been creators that people are dubbing and pretending they are
oh yeah,
on like TikTok and YouTube and pretending they're the real person and they're not. But they're getting like millions of streams and stuff for their content that the original creators are not getting.
Or like I've seen that they sometimes they'll just make like just the worst videos. Like they'll have like footage of like Minecraft gameplay. Then they'll have like a robot read Reddit posts, and then they get millions of bucks off of that. It's like the most low effort. It's basically no effort content. It's the worst.
it really is. And but we're coming in an age where it's like the younger generation is like that's what they want, and that as a
Because
creator,
they don't know anything better. It's just the worst. It's terrible.
yeah, they don't know anything better. I mean, they don't. I mean, they're looking. Their views are actually, only wanting to have nothing longer than 3 minutes. Is the whole reason why YouTube now has YouTube Shorts. And as a creator, I have been, where YouTube was like, hey, we want you to start doing these YouTube Shorts and start putting
Yeah.
out YouTube Shorts. And and so I wasn't going to fight it because I also do it on TikTok anyway, and I used to have a channel, and then I let it just die because I didn't want TikTok anymore. But I have 14,000 subscribers on TikTok, and I just like, I want to focus on YouTube because I didn't want to, focus on multiple things. But because I started doing the YouTube Shorts, I've gained 100 new subs
Mm.
within
Yeah.
this past month, which has been like,
It's the way to go, I guess. I don't know.
but it's still original content. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
using an AI generator.
Oh yeah, totally.
But you got like I watched the Bigfoot. I'm a Bigfoot nut. So
No, really?
kind of like, I know, right? So I was like, with the Bigfoot stuff, I watch it and I'm like, this is pretty funny. I mean, someone's actually got to come up with the idea of the story. There's a process. I can see that, but I look at it and I look at some of it and I'm going, wow, give this another year or 2 years, you won't be able to tell the difference between this
Yeah.
and a real live action flick.
Mm-hmm. That's
And this
bad. That's really bad.
Here, I was considered a dinosaur when I worked in the movies, and that was my nickname. Oh, here comes old dinosaur, because I do everything in pen and ink. And I remember working on a project, and they were wanting to go for a lot of the scenes to be digital. Yeah, they were wanting us to do everything with graphics, and I was like, yeah, we can do that. And I understand where they were coming from, but I was like, but eventually, and I used to tell this to the people because I used to have kids that were in college, and I used to tell them, I'm like, look, it's good to know how to do this, but you might want to also learn how the old guys used to do it, because we didn't have digital that was at our fingertips. We had to create the actual scene from real physical stuff to make that scene happen. And sometimes it's good to know how to make those models so that you could actually see how that really would work in gravity and real event, and then use that and plug that into the model into your program, and then work from there. And some of the people I still keep up with is like, yeah, I'm glad that I listened to you on some of that, because they're like, yeah, it does. It's a good thing to have the computer to be a tool, but it shouldn't be the only thing that's driving, because eventually you're going to be taken out of the workforce. And that's what's happening right now. I still get things um, on my LinkedIn, and the art department, art directors are pretty much safe, as long as they know how to do multiple assets. But essentially, where you would have 6 people doing one project together, and everybody bring in their abilities, and the art director would delegate that out. Now the art director is now having to actually do those things that he would have to, or she would have to, delegate out. And now AI is taking over. And Will, you're an artist. I mean, you and I are both artists. Nikki's an artist too. And in all honesty, Harold is too, and what he does with his robots and redesigns them. But you just came
Well,
out
I
of
do
college.
dabble in. I used to dabble a lot more in drawing stuff as well, but I haven't done that in quite a while. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, you did, because you also did stuff with the wrestling and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, yeah. So I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like leave you out of that,
Oh no, you good, dude. I mean,
but
y'all probably are more so artists than what I am, but
no, I still no, a lot of stuff I've always said what you do with the robots and designing. You're very artistic when it comes to that too. But Will, you came out of college just recently graduated,
Hmm.
and you've had the privilege to work on some projects. Are you seeing, or did you ever hear like the like when you're going through school, did you ever hear like this is like a dying breed, so to speak, that we're about to become extinct?
It's all we talked about.
Okay, all right.
It's, yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll ever fully go away, because we're at kind of at a weird point where AI is kind of cannibalizing itself, as in it takes all this data from the internet, but now there's so much AI stuff on the internet that it keeps taking from itself. So that's why AI images from, say, a year and a half ago looked really good. Like they looked almost indistinguishable, but now when you look at them, it's like everything's like shiny. It looks like it's made of like plastic or whatever. It's like you can always kind of tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least most of the time. But I don't know if it'll ever entirely die. I know with big companies like Disney and making movies and stuff. I feel like in movies and TV are kind of more at risk. Movies, TV, music. I don't know about comics and animation per se, because AI doesn't seem to quite understand the consistency that's needed for that kind of stuff. I feel like, well, excuse me, heavens,
No, you're fine.
like
You'll probably hear me
uh,
fart.
the, okay, you didn't need to tell me that. All right, but it's whatever, man. Okay, but but I feel like what you said, the things like background artists might be endangered, stuff like that, because that's a very time consuming thing, and it's expensive, and it's only for things that you'll only see a little bit of, that audiences aren't going to really focus on the background too much. You know what I mean? They're mostly going to focus on the characters or like the subject matter or whatever. It's just a really complicated issue, and I don't really have all the answers, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm the same way. I don't have all the answers either. Um, because with our book that we're working on, that Nikki's finishing up, our publisher was like, "Hey, have you thought about using a AI to edit your book?" And I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'll hire a human being to read the book and give me their critiques and things that they need. They see that, hey, you need to flesh this out. I want a living, breathing person that can understand, kind of have their pulse on it, and not make it a generic thing. But I was very surprised by this, and Sean from in South Carolina that's at Richard's Comics and Collectibles. She was talking about recently that, hey, I'm having to use AI and actually being asked to use AI a lot at my work and my job. And
Yeah.
Nikki was telling me about that, and I said, you know what? This what's scary is when she does that. Does that mean that AI will know how to do her job and they'll let her go? I don't think people are putting that together yet. My friend Billy, you know, he was a musician for many years, and he is a an engineer. And we were talking, and he hates with a passion anything that's AI. And he's like, Derek, don't send me anything that's AI generated. I hate it because up north they're now seeing that people think that they can cut corners because they have, hey, the AI said we could do it this way and we can make blah 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 blah, you know, and it's like, it's going to be a real human being that's going to put this together. It's going to be a real human being that's got to look at the blueprints and look at this stuff, and this is how this has got to be done. And I don't think I think as artists, we see the thing of taking away our job and our creativity. But do y'all think, and tell me, I want y'all's thoughts, do you think the average person that's not such a that's not creative like we all are, do you think that they look at AI and see it differently than we do, or do they not see the problem that it could cause?
Mm,
I think I think when it comes to creativity, they don't really care. I think some people probably don't. If they don't know any artist, if they've never tried to be an artist, if they've never done anything, they probably don't care, and they're like, it makes it more accessible for me to make images or whatever. But like, I think with daily stuff, like when I Google something, and then it just gives me an AI thing first, and it's the most useless piece of information that I can't use. That's when it's like a problem, because AI is seeping into basically every aspect of of the
I mean,
internet, or even use, like just like of any kind of machinery. So I feel like in that aspect, it could annoy the common man, but I feel like with like creativity, they either won't notice, or if they do, they won't really care that much, because people
right.
don't generally even understand how AI works and how it's technically plagiarism, because it takes all this stuff like that it already exists online, stuff that people
Yeah.
all have made themselves, and then it puts it and then it takes all of that and uses it to train a robot. So it's kind of stealing, in a way, the way that AI works. Um, but people don't really grasp that at all. They're just like, oh, it just makes funny pictures, but it has to steal all this other stuff to make that funny picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people
And
don't grasp that with image generation, video generation, anything like that. But I think with just the things like I don't know. It's just really annoying. Things like for example, I was job searching. I had to talk to AI to do job applications. I'm like, dude,
really,
like, can I fill out a job application? It's like, you can talk to me. I'm a AI, and I'm like, I know that, dude. Like, it's awful. It's
wow,
ridiculous.
I
It's
did
in
not
every,
know that.
like I
That's
said, it's in
crazy.
um, every aspect of this, and it's like it's yeah, I don't know.
Well, one thing I did see is that, Hasbro had said that they weren't going to make any new movies. They themselves are out of the movie business. But
Yeah.
Michael Bay has come and said that he wants to start making Transformer movies, and Paramount doesn't want to lose the movie rights to Transformers.
Transformers.
But in an interview, that was asked, well, if you were going to do the Transformers this time around, what would you do differently? He's like, well, one thing to cut costs is I would use AI
For
to
what?
generate the transforming aspect of it. And I was like, you're a movie director. You're an artist also. So for that, I mean, I worry if you're looking at cutting costs, eventually you're cutting out a whole generation of creators. And if no one is a creator, and Nikki, you can speak on this as an art teacher, and also, what happens to the mindset of people if they're not generating their own creativity? What does that happen? Especially like kids, being able to use that.
Well, it makes it really hard to it's like any other tool that you rely on. If you lose that tool, you're worthless after that point. So when you do art, the best way is to come at it from your own point of view. Whenever I taught lessons, there's different ways to teach art. There's some that you draw a line, all your kids draw the line, or all your students draw a line. You draw another line connecting that one. They do it with you, and it's like directional, one by one. I try to stay away from that as much as possible when I was teaching. I would give an overall prompt, like you would a writing prompt. Okay, we're going to draw our families. All our families are different. You give them some discussion about, what kind of families there are. And then you give them, I just gave them crayons as kindergarten, pencils and crayons. And so they had to draw from their own, like from their memory. Now, what they draw is totally in their own way. Like I'd be like, it has to be masterpieces. No, it does not have to be masterpieces. It has to be what they can put on paper, because that's the beginning. And then you see what they got and you encourage it. With AI, if you have a creative that gets stuck using that, my fear is that when that's not available, it's not there. You're starting over again. You're starting from kindergarten. Where anybody left off their art career is where their art is now. So like in elementary school, everybody takes art. Middle school, depending on the school system, sometimes they take art, sometimes they don't take. And this is visual art I'm talking about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
and
is
then high
that
school,
yep.
High school, they don't have the opportunity to take it at all. And so this is the example I'm giving. So when you meet them as adults later on and you say, draw me something, you can look at their art and see where their last time they drew, because they still have that knowledge, but they never increased. Well, if we start using AI, we're still going to have kindergarten artists, because they've never had the chance to physically hold the tools and create the motions to create the art.
Well, that goes. I'm glad that's what I was going to say too. It's like one thing I came to you about when I was working. I was like, I have a lot of my people, a lot of the guys and girls that are coming out of college. A lot of them don't know how to use pen and ink. They know how to do digital art on their tablet, and that is when I was art director. That was something that I was worried about, because I was like, they had the talent, but they didn't know how to use the fundamentals of a pencil and ink. That's why when we met Will, him blew me away that his pencils and his inks were gorgeous.
Really
and I was
nice.
like,
No, they're not. What are you talking about?
Oh my
they
God,
are.
they are though.
They are
They're
the
hideous. They're all
When I
like-
met you and I was trying to excuse myself around you, and I came back by and I didn't disturb you. You were like, oh, you should have told me you wanted to sit down. I was like, no, I'm watching you draw. It's beautiful, Will.
My stuff is
You
all
have very
blotchy.
nice hand control.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks very blotchy though. I
See?
don't know.
no.
It
let me
looks
make that bigger.
fantastic.
It's brush.
That's
No.
your style, Will. There's nothing
Yeah, I
wrong with
love it.
it. It's beautiful.
don't know.
It is, and to see that you're
And I've
doing
seen
it
a
on
lot of
paper,
art.
and to see you doing it on paper, that's the thing that I worry about the AI is that I'm worried that we're going to get to a point where creativity is so much cheated that there won't be anyone that knows how to be original.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of times, people. I can't remember the artist at the moment right now, but I pointed out to Nikki when we were at the comic book store. I was like, wait a second, is the same artist on Superman and Batman? Is that the same artist that's also doing Justice League and doing the Superman comic book and doing the Batman comic book? And to come to find out, it's three different artists, but their artwork looks identical. I couldn't tell you the difference between their artwork and
Everybody's just a Dan Mora clone.
yeah. And I'm like, and I no, the thing is that the reason why Marvel and DC hurt so bad whenever you had Todd McFarlane, Eric Larson, Jim Lee, them leave from Marvel and DC and create Image is because their art was unique and original, and everyone knew them by their art style. And I'm so worried that people are taking away that originality from artists being original and doing their way. I mean, I love Sam Keith. Count Sam Keith's artwork of some the Max and stuff that he used to do for Marvel's Team Up that I used to read. I love his art style. My art style is more on his side because he was such a huge influence on me as an artist. Um, and I look at that and go, I can see that's Sam Keith. I can see that's Jim Lee. I can see that. Heck, even Rob Liefeld, you could say, okay, that's definitely a Rob Liefeld piece. Um, but what happens if, let's say, these companies go, all right, well, we want to still have floppies, which that means individual comics.
hmm
What are we going to do to cut costs on books that aren't selling that well? Well, let's just get an AI and have them generate the artwork from that. That's the part that I'm worried about because like seeing your artwork right there, I'm like, that is your artwork. That's a beautiful Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. And I love the fact that you can see the passion in the line work. That's something I always used to push. Make sure your line work shows your passion. And with AI taking over, where does it stop? Is it going to make video games next? Is it already make? I mean, right now, Fortnite is using AI bots to play with people now.
I think they've been doing that for forever. There's like a few. There's like just to bolster the servers. I think there's always like a few bots to play. I think that's been a thing for ages.
It's
I
been
think.
a,
Yeah.
it has, but now you're having where they're going to have like Darth Vader was an AI bot that
Oh, that. Oh, you mean like that? Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah, that
NPCs.
they interacted with you, and it was different for each person that played with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Um, and Epic Games is saying, well, we're gonna use more of that in future stuff. And at a point, I'm like, okay, I can see, but where does that become? James Earl Jones is no longer with us, but his voice is now AI generated, and that
Mhm.
he sold his rights to his voice to keep Darth Vader sound that way. And the discussion that on the podcast I listened to, The Forge, they were talking about Peter Cullen and going, if they do another Transformer movie, will he be well enough to be the voice of Optimus Prime? And I was like, I think we need to have a different voice for Optimus Prime. I think we need to not be pigeonholed with one certain voice actor and all. I think that if they're able to do it and that captivates and gets the audience. But you take a look at Batman, we've had now different Batman voice actors. And I gotta tell you, I love the voice actor. I can't remember his name right now that's doing it for the the Amazon Prime Batman show that's coming out right
The
now.
Cape Crusader, or
Yes,
Oh,
I can't remember his name, but I love him as being Batman. His voice as Batman is like right there with, and I'm like,
his name is Hamish Linklater. What?
Linklater.
Oh, Hamish
Linklater, okay.
Linklater. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a great voice, and his voice matches with in my mind what I would hear Bruce Wayne and Batman sound like.
Mhm.
So I go where I'm like, I don't think that we should be having voice actors selling their voices so that AI can now duplicate their voice. Because then it's like, when will it end?
Because then nobody will ever pay another voice actor to play that character again because it's literally free. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I've said this time and time again, the whole reason why Disney bought Star Wars, to be honest, was because they wanted Darth Vader. They knew how much a draw Darth Vader would be. And I would not be surprised if we don't hear soon where they're going to come out and say, hey, we're going to redo the whole universe. And Darth Vader's going to be the main protagonist throughout the whole thing, or the main, whatever, throughout the whole thing.
I'm
And
waiting for that reboot. I'm waiting for it's gonna happen. It's gonna have
yeah,
to. I mean, it has
it's
to.
going to, at this point now, I believe it has to happen.
Yeah, they're getting desperate right now.
Yeah, and see if they're going to do that, why not just do? I mean, and I know some people like the whole multiverse idea, and some people don't. But why not just do a multiverse? Like,
I don't know. You
Well,
could
I
have
mean,
AI, like you could have AI deepfake CGI Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian meet new actor Luke Skywalker.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Let's just do Star Wars babies. You just do that,
yeah,
like Muppet babies, but
Muppet
Darth
babies,
Vader
yeah.
big?
Darth Vader's a little baby. Oh, that would be
Why
awesome.
not? Let's just do that. You don't reboot.
Yeah.
Han Solo stole my pacifier.
I would watch that.
Emperor Palpatine's in charge of the kindergarten.
I'd watch it.
Oh,
It's
boy.
time for your nap, little ones. Your forever nap.
You will do what I say, little one. Anakin, handle him. Anakin, whip
I
him.
don't want to go to bed. Do it.
Do it now.
Do it.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting. When I saw that Disney came out and say, yeah, they are looking into using AI art, I was like,
They already have, man. You remember Secret Invasion? The
Yeah.
entire opening sequence, the animation is just
Yeah.
animation. It's AI. The entire thing.
the entire thing.
Yeah.
I
Darth
Yeah,
Vader's
man.
AI in obviously Fortnite, but he was also AI in Obi-Wan Kenobi too.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So is
I-
Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker's AI in Mandalorian and in what was it?
Well,
Boba Fett?
Princess
Yeah,
Leia.
Boba Fett.
Princess Leia was in one of them too. I can't remember.
No, she wasn't. I think she was just CGI. I think that was
she
slightly.
CGI?
Yeah, that was before it was good. That was in like.
Okay.
Yeah, that was before AI got good. So it was as scary and creepy as she looked. She was handcrafted by an artist. Let's be fair here.
Oh, that's hilarious. Let me pull something up. This is something that I came across, and I'm going to pull it up for us to look at. Give me a second. It's called Skeletor Gym or Eternia Gym. I can't remember. Let's see.
yeah, I think it is Eternia Gym.
Is it Eternia Gym?
I think.
Like He-Man?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was something I came across, and I'm trying to see if I can find it right now. You think it's Eternia?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, why can't I find it?
Yes, it's Eternia Dash Gym.
There's a dash in it because there's a lot of.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Because I was looking up too many things. Sorry. Let me go here. Eternia dash.
I think that's
Gym.
the right one.
Yes. All right. Now I want to send it to. Well, I don't think we'll get a copyright thing, but I figured I'll send it to. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up.
Maybe a small clip would be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's it. Okay, I can get it on my phone, but it pulls up regular gyms. I hate when it does this. There we go. All right, I'm gonna share screen. All right, and so I'll do a clip for us. Pull that back.
It is illegal now for man to participate in women's sport.
What? Can you tell me what love?
Oh,
So here we go.
Hey, honey, what would be the female version of a man cave?
ugh.
Oh my God. And why can't you help me?
I don't like this.
It is illegal now for man to participate in women's sport.
So right there,
Ugh.
exactly. Right there, I saw this when I was looking at stuff with AI, and I see that this now pops up, and the person has like how many people are subscribed to him?
Mhm.
Almost
Almost
5,000
5,000.
subscribers. Yeah. And I was like, wow. That is, and I'm like, but that's where it's going. And I'm like, when does that, if that is the future for art, and all it is crude and racial really like backwards thinking jokes, and I'm like, and I'm looking at it going, but yet there's videos that have like 3.4 million views, and I'm like, and this is what's considered entertaining and original content, but yet clearly those are characters that are from He-Man.
He-Man.
And they also have Megatron and Optimus Prime, and then they had like
G.I. Joe.
Metro, yeah, G.I. Joe. Because Nikki and I were like looking at it going, these are clear ripoffs of Hasbro, Mattel characters and art style on a lot of it. And I'm like, but yet this is what a lot of people are saying they're having to deal with. And that they're dealing with this now with on Twitch and dealing with it as the beginning. I think what's worrisome is that when you take away the ability to have creativity, then you take away people's imagination. And if people's imagination goes away, then they're easily manipulated and controlled, so to speak, in their thoughts because they don't know anything out there. They don't know that they're, it's like one thing I've always said is that with art, when you saw someone's artwork, whether it's a painting or anything, when you saw it, it resonated with you because you knew that the person that did it put their heart and soul into their work. And with AI, I just think it's going to be this horrible slippery slope that if the comic book industry allows it to happen, and then movies and commercials start using it more and more, then there will, I won't be a dinosaur anymore. I'll be extinct. You know what I mean? I'll have no function. So seeing that as an artist, and I'll come to all y'all three, seeing that as an artist, that small clip, how does that make you feel as someone that's a creator? How does that make you feel seeing that?
It's like the thing is that a lot of this this AI slop, as it is called, it's a lot of it just gets used to spread hate and stuff like that. I've heard now. Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna have to get political. Okay, so I've heard. Oh brother, sorry. So I've heard that a lot of people that do this kind of stuff are not very creative, like the people that make this kind of like hateful sort of kind of thing. They're not generally creative people. And the reason for that is because people who enjoy art and enjoy creation and enjoy messaging behind things are more interested in consuming media and art that challenges their perceptions, and they're more free thinking and stuff like that. Now, people that make stuff like this that is just like racist or sexist or homophobic, transphobic, anything like that, generally speaking, they don't care about art because they might see like a piece of art or something that challenges them and they're like, oh, I don't like that. Like, for example, they'll watch a movie and the message of the movie is that racism is bad, and they'll be like, oh, I don't like that, so they won't appreciate art, so
Yeah.
that's why I see so much art. I've heard like a slogan that AI art is the art style of fascism, and I'm like, I feel like that's kind of true to a certain extent.
I would agree to disagree on that side because AI is being generated from the liberal side of thinking, and that's how it originally, because it's coming from that side. I think that art should not have a liberal, conservative. It should be something that everyone can look at and have it resonate. When it doesn't resonate with somebody, that's people that makes me worried as an individual. If you look at artwork, and it don't matter what that artwork is, that artwork in some shape, form, or fashion should resonate with you. And if it doesn't, then there is something fundamentally wrong with those individuals. and
Mhm.
deep down to their core. And I think
And then they
what
go
we're
make
seeing
crap like that. You know?
exactly, and then you're
Just
seeing and
hateful
you're
crap
seeing
because they don't understand anything. They don't
yeah,
want to. They're not trying to have any
and
different kind of viewpoints.
yeah, and I think it becomes we're in a time also where shock value
Mhm.
has now become because I mean you're taking where you have even kids that are going out and doing these really dangerous pranks on people just to get the viewership. And that's what I think is happening with art because there's an old story and it comes from World War II, where they came for the artist, and I didn't say anything because I'm not an artist. They came for this person, and I wasn't that person. And so eventually, what happens is it doesn't affect that person till it's them that it's taken away their rights. And I worry that I want people to be creative because you get in touch with that side of your creative ability. For me personally, you're getting to experience what the creator has given because he was a creator. He created. And so with that, I think that artwork and with that artwork in general, and that's just that's the most tame thing I've seen so far before I did this podcast with us was I'm like, I think everybody should have a voice, but I definitely wouldn't want to see my characters that I've created to be used like that.
Mhm.
I wouldn't want my characters I've created to be even used by anyone else other than me or get the right, permission from me to use the likeness of my characters. These people are not creators. That I think that's what you're going with, Will, is that these are not
Yes.
creators. These are people that don't mind pirating, stealing, manipulating, and they don't have a moral compass. That's how I look at it. These people don't have a moral compass, and saying, "Hey, that's not my character. I shouldn't be doing this with that character." They look at it and going, "Oh, it's just content. It's
Mhm.
not hurting anybody." But words hurt as much as uh being physical. Ask
Mhm.
anyone that has had abusive parents, and they'll tell you that words hurt as bad as being hit upside the head. So I look at this AI artwork bringing out the worst in people because it's no longer this. It's no longer I'm sitting behind a keyboard. It's now I get to sit behind the keyboard and I get to take something from somebody's childhood and I get to ruin it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at with the AI artwork. Um,
One thing I
is
was talking about when I was talking about AI creators or creators is there's a real person that I follow, and she does content on TikTok and YouTube, and it wasn't changing her appearance hardly at all. It was AI taking her appearance. She looked like a real person, putting her just with a different background and just having her say whatever they wanted her to say, but it's her face that belongs
wow,
to her. And that's when she included a kid occasionally. She has a son, and she would just put him in occasionally, but they started duping him too. And so after that point, she stopped putting him in her content at all. And so they were literally stealing her identity to create content. And the hurt is, her son's face gets put all over the place without her permission,
I
and
mean, that's terrifying.
you know,
That's
that's
horrible.
very that's horrible. Yeah,
yes,
I didn't
terrifying.
know that.
Scary.
Yeah.
You didn't share that. Yeah, I
That's
didn't.
And she's actually a bartender. She was in Charlotte, and she moved to Raleigh, and so I followed her because I was like, she's local, I'll follow her, but she's really funny. And somebody sent her that I think about 2 weeks ago, and she was mortified that not only her own face, but that her son's face, who I think she's like 2 or 3, is being plastered it can be done anything with, and that's the tame side
You do God
of
knows
what
what
these
with
things
that
are
kind of
doing.
stuff. I mean, there's
Yes.
no limits to
Right.
it, you know? I mean,
Yeah, and that's what worries me is that, and then you're going to have, and this is, I wasn't going to go to the political side, but I am on this here because I am extremely alarmed. I understand. Okay, there's an extreme to both sides. Texas decided to pass a law about artwork, and it was targeting AI artwork, but it was targeting anime. And they're trying to say that they're trying to say the morality of people, and I'm like, but you should have just focused on the AI side of it. Now you're getting it where if anybody has, like, Dragon Ball Z was one of them, but Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball, the original manga, has Goku, as a little boy, a kid, runs around sometimes naked. And now they were saying that, hey, if you have that in your comic book store or your bookstore, you can be prosecuted for having that. And I was like, y'all went from one extreme to the far extreme. I'm like, yeah, you don't want AI generated. And I didn't know that you could do what Nikki was just saying, because the bill was saying that, well, what if they're able to take actual kids and then use AI to make them? And I was like, I
They
hadn't
are
heard.
doing that.
they can. You can do that. I mean,
God, and see that's that. See, I didn't know that, and see that's what because I was thinking Texas, Georgia's being crazy because nobody can do that yet. Nobody's done that yet.
they
That,
can do that.
and I'm like, but you shouldn't penalize. I mean, it's like taking the baby and throwing it out with the bathwater. I'm like, there has to be a thing saying, hey, if it's AI generated, yeah, you can't do that. That's got to be done away. Yes, you'd be prosecuted to the fullest degree. If that's what you're doing with it, you should. But then I'm like, but now we're like it's like we're at a crux right here that worries me about AI and AI generated pieces is the people that do it, everybody's going to be lumped in with that.
Mhm.
You know, I watch anime, and here in America, legal age as an adult is when you're 18, but that's not the case in Japan. It's totally different in Japan. Kids can be left alone by themselves to defend for themselves and go to school because the parents don't have to take care of them. There's a different type of culture. So, and I'm like, you can't just say everything that has kids living on their own and kids, doing stuff like that those books need to be done away with, because then you're throwing out almost all manga. About at least 80% of manga will be thrown out because of it. But that's where AI where we have one state that's now gone to the extreme and passing laws, which I think on some of the laws, it takes you back to the Stone Age, because then it takes back to censorship, which I'm against censorship. I don't think any. I think there you should be allowed to express yourself, but at a point where, as an adult, you express yourself as an adult. You don't express your artwork or anything else that goes beyond you as an adult. Um, and I think AI is now causing this thing in some people to freak out over, and now hearing this, in some cases, rightly so. But at the other time is that what happens when you can't tell the difference between reality and AI
Mhm.
as creators? That puts us in a bad situation because, one, we can't create. Two, we'll be terrified to create. And three, you know, will anybody care what we create? That's what I see happening with this new AI that has been generated. Uh, Anyone got anything for final thoughts on this? Where do you? And I'll end it like this on the final thoughts. where do you see this going? Do you see AI having where lawmakers are going to freak out over it and in some way ban it? Or do you think that it's now you've opened up Pandora's box and everything's now escaped except for hope? I mean, where do y'all see AI going from this point?
I mean, I feel like laws are going to be put in place at some point. I mean, there's already the law that you just can't copyright it. You just can't copyright anything AI generated because it's already plagiarized from so many things that you can't even pinpoint a source or anything from it. I just don't know. I mean, it feels like it's too early to tell, but it's already too late to do anything about it. You know what I mean? So I just don't have any idea where it's going to go, honestly, at this point. So what a useless take I've just had.
No, you actually had a really good one because you just reminded me of something real quick. Was that the fact that when we were doing the copyrights and stuff for our stuff, and the thing was asked, did you have anytime anything been AI generated?
Mhm.
And we're like, no, this is all our original content. But I have seen that. I think even YouTube now has where you can use AI to help generate certain images and stuff like that. But no, I agree. I think we're going to see laws coming into place that's going to but I think the cat's out of the bag. I don't know if we'll be able to will this in. What about you, Nikki or Harold?
Harold, you go ahead and go.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a wait and see as far as the AI thing goes. I mean, it's got its good points and it's got its bad points like anything else. So, I mean, and
Well, they've got to the point that, when internet started, it was a free for all. You can find almost anything on the internet. They did have to start, applying rules to how people could use content and express and harassment and things like that. So I feel like that's definitely going to have to come and trying to find that middle ground where you're not so excessive that, you're outlawing everything, it's kind of like prohibition with alcohol. You prohibit it all, it's just going to go and speakeasies and things like that, and people are going to find a way. So at that time, you've opened the box, Pandora's box, and hope has escaped, and you have to be like, okay, we need to find wherever it is that sweet spot where it can be used appropriately without stepping on the rights of the people that either own content, like the Eternia gem, where they're using Skeletor and
Evil Lyn.
the characters, and also where it's not so restrictive that people are going to do it anyway and then just hide it, whatever they're doing, especially things they're not supposed to be doing with AI. I foresee that coming up soon, especially with what Texas was trying to pass. It looks like they're trying. They failed on that particular one, but hopefully the discussion will start up. People will start having those conversations and discussions, and there's people that studied this, or will be, I predict, it's going to be added into law, and then those people get together and hopefully find a great compromise on the things that should be done and the things that are protected by our free speech rights here in America.
I think, and that's where I was going to come with mine, is the whole thing with this free speech, which I believe in America, Constitution should be upheld. But one thing that I have seen recently, and me and Nikki also do Warhammer, and we put together the miniatures and paint them, but we started seeing that a lot of the content creators were getting letters of cease and desist. And I have said, and I feel this way, even though I own third-party Transformers, I feel the same way. So I don't put Autobots or Decepticon symbols on my third-party figures at all. But I look at it and I'm like, Games Workshop is going after anyone that is making a helmet and putting that out there as a print file to be printed as a 3D printed. Games Workshop is going after each
Cosplay
and every,
helmet.
yes, and going after each and everything. And a lot of cosplayers and a lot of people are going, wait, y'all are overreacting, but they had to deal with the fact that people were generating AI stories and AI artwork and was putting that out there on YouTube where you didn't know if this was a licensed Games Workshop actual story or was this a fan fiction. And Game Workshop is now saying, hey, this is our IP, this is our product, this is ours. No one is allowed to duplicate it. No one is allowed to make artwork with it. And that goes to individual artists like me. I couldn't do a commission piece for any of the people because Games Workshop says we'll come after you if you do a commission piece. It has to be a licensed artist that we license to do that artwork. That's it. And I now I can understand where Game Workshop is really going because they have a very small, niche. They really do. I mean, it's starting to branch out with the video games and branching out, but not a lot of people buy them in it. A lot of people do, but not like people do with action, comics and toys. By it goes on. You're not going to find your local Walmart or Target get a Warhammer. So it is a very niche. You have to go to their stores to get the stuff or go online to get it from them. But yeah, they have come out and I see a lot of companies, and this is how I felt too. We had somebody early on rip off one of our characters from our book. And use the same name, had the character exactly the same, and we had to do a letter of cease and desist because I was like, that's my character you're making into a children's book and you're making it to books. And we lost Harold. He said he'll be back. He lost his bleeped out for a second. Um but when you have that, I see a lot of companies that might be what they do. They may go and say, we're going to fight this tooth and nail and say, hey, it's our IP, it's our stuff, you can't use it. And I told the guys at Transformers, I said, if this happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro starts to reel in. I don't know how they're going to do it, but try and reel in the cease and desist on third party. Couple of third party companies did get letters of cease and desist and said, hey, you can't be making this toy right here because it was competing against some of the figures that Hasbro was coming out with. And they got it, but the figures came out. But in China, you got to get away with it. You can have your company dissolve and the same company pops back up. It's a little, kind of hard to catch that rabbit by the tail. But as a artist, I'm extremely alarmed. I'm alarmed for the fact that you're going to get stuff I just showed, which was IPs being used in that aspect and no longer because they wouldn't create their own characters. That's the thing I was saying to Nikki when I showed it to her. I said they didn't create their own characters to do this, what they call making jokes. They use people's childhood characters that you as a child, that's a part of your childhood, that they're using that and twisting it where it's not what the original intent is.
Mhm.
So with that, I think it's going to be a nightmare. I don't think there's going to be any easy solution. But if companies start using AI, then there won't be any stopping it. It'll become unhinged.
Yeah.
So that is it for the show tonight. Y'all got anything future plans? You got anything you're getting ready to do? Because you said you just did the show, and this past weekend,
Hmm.
you got any future stuff?
I don't think so. Not right now.
I don't think we
Yeah.
do either. I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm
We're
gonna
just
take my
aimless losers right now. Okay.
like, I'm gonna just lay back on the couch, get an ice pack, put it on my back.
Tell you what I'm
and
gonna
What are
do
you talking
after
about?
this.
I'm retired.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do after this. I'm gonna turn off my computer. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. That's what I'll do. That's my plans.
I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Sandwiches.
That sounds good. I'm gonna play a little bit more with this guy
You play
here.
with this guy. I'm gonna go
Alright.
put this guy on my shelf and never touch him again. Actually. So.
I'm so jealous. So I'm glad you found him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd been more
Yay.
upset if you didn't have him.
Yeah.
I don't know if I am. I
He's
have
the last
$100 less
speaker.
dollars. I have $100 less dollars. So I don't know.
Well, you got him cheaper than I was thinking because I didn't even want to ask how much you paid, but that was a steal compared to
I
what
got
I've been
100.
seeing him.
I paid 100 for him. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
That
Don't
is
tell
a
my
s-
mom, man. Don't tell my
I
mom.
I won't say anything.
I think if I did that, my wife would be like, "Hey, honey, do you know what happened
You blew
to
your
this
butt.
money? Do you know what happened to this money? Did you buy a new
Yeah.
toy?" Be like, "No, I don't lie."
You know
That's
I
what
would be like, okay, if you really want him.
It's got to come out your budget, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got to come out of your budget.
I'm budgeting more.
Uh,
Okay, I haven't bought anything else other than this guy, and plus I sold
That-
stuff to get him. So there you go.
Oh,
okay.
well then he's
Yeah,
worth
that's
it
what I
then.
Still, you know, I gotta sell my Megatron. I gotta sell that Romulus or whatever. He makes me miserable. I gotta get the new one. Anyway, whatever.
I've got to. I got Transformers in the box that I'm going to probably be getting rid of.
Hmm.
So if there's anything that you're thought about wanting or needing, hit me up.
Okay,
and,
just send me pictures or something.
But I'll for you it'd be for free because I just
Really?
wanted to go to, yeah I
Yeah?
just wanted to go to a home.
Oh,
So-
thank you.
A loving home.
Thank you. You
That's-
know,
yeah.
I love my toys except this one. I
So a lot of-
tolerate this one. I tolerate that one.
So yeah, when I
Thank you.
yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going through stuff right now. So I'll
Mhm.
probably I got a lot of the earlier Studio Series stuff and everything
Ooh.
too. So yeah,
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, we're running out of room.
I can probably make a day to drive up to North Carolina or something and do
all
it.
right.
Or we might come down
I'll let-
there.
Okay.
We haven't seen Richard in a while.
Okay.
That's-
Sure.
yeah.
Sure.
That's usually what I like to try and do too. So
We'll
yeah,
Meet
when
for
I get it,
dinner, something.
Sure. We can do
yeah,
that.
so when I get it all together, I'll
Mhm.
I'll have Nikki let you know that when our
I will. I'll
plans
send
are,
pictures.
and send
Mhm.
pictures.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're
Mhm.
welcome. I just
I'm
want to
poor.
go to
I
a
can't.
nice home.
I can't be buying toys. I need new ones though. I always want more. Grubby Goblin. Thank you.
I
I
am
really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that because I'm like I could take them and sell them, but I was like, all I'm going to do is have a scalper on some of them, and they're going to just flip
Mhm.
it, and I want them to go to somebody that actually
No, I'm not
Like
a
something.
flipper unless it's something that I don't want anymore, like that Megatron.
exactly. No, I agree. I'm like, if there's something that I'm like,
Yeah.
I can flip, I'll flip it if I don't want it anymore. But if I
Yeah.
find out like any of my friends are like, I was never able to get her, I got anything new, I'm like,
Mhm.
I'd rather for y'all to have.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank
yeah.
you. Appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.
So yeah. Well, with that, guys, that's the end of the show. We are now, I think, out because I hit the button.